Some other future considerations might be auto body class. Currently we've got Auto Tech 1 and Advanced Auto Tech. There's been just some discussion about auto body, and Iowa Central to focus on that. But when you start talking about auto body, then you're talking about, you need a particular type of building that's got to be, the ventilations and all. There's a little more money associated with that. So Iowa Central, we'll be talking more with Iowa Central about how feasible that is. Advisor-advisee implementation. This last year we had it, but it went through 3 different instructors, so it kind of lost its momentum. We had one instructor and she did another job. We had a second instructor and that person did another job, and ended up with a third one. And so we're going to get that, grab that again, and be a little more productive with our advisor-advisee program than we were this last year. We're going to use something called character leadership. Teresa Ewing and Marcia Phillips went to a conference in Ames and brought back some curriculum things, and we've donated some dollars towards that curriculum that deal with the issues in the high school. And it's a 3-year program. They kind of set it up as freshmen are going to be learning, then the sophomores, then juniors and seniors, and we'll develop a program for them because they're just a little different. Not different, but it doesn't sound very good. Kind of just on a different level than the freshmen or things such as that. And the other future consideration is that constant dealing with those and how do we assist those struggling learners. And a lot of it deals with reading comprehension. If they struggle in reading, you can almost guarantee they're going to struggle in a variety of avenues there. And so those are things that at the high school we will continue to address and how we can do that. And that kind of gets into some other things here too. Concerns, again, one we've talked about continuing to bolster the rigor of the college classes. It's a concern of Iowa Central. It's a concern of ours. That when you've got your high school teachers all teaching college level classes, to make sure that support is there to say, this needs to be an advanced class, and these kids need to be pushed up there because this is supposed to be a transition from that high school to that college, and that's something that Iowa Central and East Sac County will continue to work and discuss. A lot of our classes they're there. But there's still other ones that we say nope, that's got to be pushed up higher yet, and we can go higher with that. And then just keeping certified instructors. As you look for instructors, if we ever lose a math teacher, industrial tech teacher, or whatever, those are difficult positions to fill. So we want to make sure we've got the reputation out there. This is the place you want to come and work at. And I think we've got that. We were fortunate to hire a second Spanish teacher. That doesn't happen very often when you get, and we got one that's with some experience. We've got a second ag instructor. So those are things that people are hearing about what East Sac County has to offer. And but that's always a concern, and you could even throw in there coaches too at times. We know a lot of our candidates that come in just aren't getting the coaching degrees, and so we struggle at times finding coaches to fill those positions there. Number 4, just something that you're going to want to be aware of. The core curriculum has been implemented and it will be grandfathered in. The first class that'll be under the core curriculum will be the class of 2011. And you kind of see they're under what they call the 4-3-3-3 model. 4 years of English and 3 years of math, science, and social studies. And those are good things. It really is. I mean, those are things that you want your kids, that they've got that underneath their belt. And so that's just part of that. When you've got well over 90% of your kids going up to college, the core curriculum is an essential piece of that, that they're well-rounded enough that they can walk into a college and be successful. Excuse me. Classes added this previous year, 07-08, reading survey, which is what we call our second chance reading program. That is a class that is a year-long course. Actually, we set it up last year as a semester course, and then once we kind of got into it, truly it was meant to be a year-long course. So as Nancy Stark and I and the AEA rep went up to various training sessions, they kind of talked from a year-long perspective, and we were on a semester. So this year we've made it a year-long course, and that'll help us when we need our support from the AEAs. College Spanish, we started that last year, and Tammy Lang was teaching that. Occupational child care class, something that SAC had When they were the high school, as a high school, we implemented that. It was under the direction of Marcia Phillips with a lot of help from Becky Detman, and a very successful class. The first semester they had was more discussion and talking about what a daycare would look like. In the second semester they jumped right in and had little ones coming in the morning and in the afternoon. In fact, the success I guess is based on several of the girls that were in there decided to seek some type of early childhood education to get to work with those little kids as a career. So that's a benefit there. It's the at-risk services that we do provide here at the high school. We have our at-risk program taught by Teresa Ewing. We got our second chance reading, and then the working lunch program that we'll continue to use as an incentive and as another piece of the puzzle to assisting students. And just for your knowledge, the second semester has 26 students who failed a class in the second semester. So you have an idea kind of where that falls in there. And then number 7, the class curriculum opportunities. I won't go through all those, but you just see the multitude of classes that we do offer at East County High School. And my bottom thing is, many of these curriculum opportunities would not be available without Holdridge Church. I mean, the opportunities that these kids have and the choices that they have at their disposal is exciting as a principal, and it's a credit to you guys who have maintained the path that we want to go and given your support for that. Events at the high school. Just in review, homecoming, prom, commencement, probably the 3 biggies in a high school, the ones that the principal worries about the most anyway. Anyway, homecoming, basically we had our student council under the direction of Jen Wallison and Eric McCullough kind of worked out what they wanted homecoming to look like. And like I said, they decided they were going to have equal representation, that this many candidates from Sac City and this many from WOVA, but in the end, the entire student body was going to vote for that one king and that one queen. And I think it worked. It was a successful thing. That's what they wanted, and I think the things worked themselves out very well. Prom, banquet, dance after prom held at the high school, funded by magazine sales. Again, I think it was a very successful prom. I mean, it was nice. It was all in one building. You didn't have, you try to reduce as much traveling as possible. The only traveling we had was when the dance was completed. They jumped their vehicles and took off to change out of their formals into their informals, and then came back. And but like I said, no issues there. And like I said, the feedback I got was very, very positive. And then commencement, the awards night. Not much to say other than when you see them go across the stage, you know you've been a success. And I guess if you look back, you're thinking if you were there and you heard the speeches by our 9 valedictorians, you heard how excited they were, how happy they were that they were the first class to be under the East Sac County banner, and how much they appreciated. And I can't think which one it was said, we wish we'd done this earlier. You know, those are the types of things you want to hear when you're sitting in the chairs that you guys do or when you're the high school principal. Climate in the building, that's always things you want to continue to be aware of. And our advisor-advisee program is going to be an essential part of developing that climate between teachers and students and principals and things like that. Last piece there, policies and procedures, just a little bit about the good conduct policy. For the year we had 30, this is as of today, 36, we had 36 good conduct violations. The majority were alcohol violations. We did have some that were others, but the majority were alcohol. And our policy continues to have 2 major components: education and the consequences. So, that's kind of the high school in a nutshell.
That bona fide is done now, right?
Yes.
As of July 1?
Yeah, it was that. Yeah. Yeah. We fought to keep it, but...
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Didn't have a high enough price, obviously.
Any other questions on the high school? Or any other concerns, anything that you want to throw out there?
One thing that I would like for us to consider, and that would be a meaningful job shadowing or on-the-job opportunity for kids. And I don't think you can do that unless probably counselors counsel the people who are supposed to be hosting these kids.